In the first box, we are measuring the width of the beach before any waves, and I'm going to use inches. So I'm going to start where the water touches the sand and move over here to the edge, and it looks like it is 5 inches. So in the first box, the width of the beach is 5 inches.
Can you practice on Carson's?
You can.
Can we do?
Yeah. Thank you. And in the second box, going across, I'll hold it for a second, you're going to do a drawing what the beach looks like from the top. Look up at the screen. That's the only way you're going to be able to see it from the top. You see where the water starts? Right at the edge. I'm using the domino to represent a float, and the little monkey to represent a swimmer or a person, and the car is like a toy or something. But look where the water is. Look where the toys are. You're going to draw it from the top. Look at it real quick from the top. Draw what it looks like from the top. The position of the water, the position of the toys. And then in the next box, you're going to draw what it looks like from the side. And here it is from the side. What I want you to notice from the side is how steep the slope is of the sand going into the water. How much, and that's on the side. That needs to go away so you can see. There you go. And the water, how much sediment is at the bottom of the water. That's the kind of things you need to notice from the side. The angle of the slope and the amount of sediment. Okay, now we're moving to our second column. Look, we're moving to our second column after 10 seconds. And that means after 10 seconds of waves. So I'm going to use, there it is. I'm going to use this stick to make waves for 10 seconds. Okay, here we go. You can back up so they can see, the whole content. There we go. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, I stopped. Now we're going to measure the width of the beach after 10 seconds of waves. Do you think the width of the beach changed?
Yes.
Do you think it's wider or smaller?
Small.
Oh, I heard both guesses. Let's measure. Let's measure and see. I'm putting it right where the water starts. And I'm moving over here to the edge. And it looks like 4 inches. It looks like 4 inches. So some of that beach washed away. Where did it go?
Eroded. Water.
Into the water, or look at the bottom of the container? At the bottom of the water. The sediment settled at the bottom of the water. Okay. Drawing. Here, I'll hold it. Now you're doing a drawing of the top. Drawing of the top again. It's different. Look, what happened to the float? It washed out into the water. The swimmer is dipping their toes in the water. They're about to get out in the water, and the toy car is about to get in the water as well. So the top view looks a little different. Let's look at the side view. Does the side view look different? Yeah. Look at the slope. Is the slope a more gentle slope or a steeper drop?
Steeper drop.
Look real close. What happened to the sand? Is it still piled up in a tall slope, or is it kind of spread out now?
Spread out.
It's kind of spread out, so the slope is not quite as steep. And look, I'm going to get a little closer. Look at the sediment at the bottom of the container, because it washed from here down there, and then it settled. Okay, based on that, what is your prediction for wave? 30 seconds of waves.
The car and the monkey's gonna go in.
The car and the monkey are going to go in the water. Why?
I think more sand is going to fall
it's
in,
more
and the
seconds.
sand is going to take.
It's gonna erode.
Okay, it's going to take the car down with it. It's going to erode.
I was just saying, I think like that the sand will go and it's gonna make like more car.
Okay. All right, scooch out of the way. We've got a prediction that the sand is going to move and make more on the bottom. We've got a prediction that the sand is going to erode and wash the swimmer and the toy out into the water. Let's see, 30 seconds of waves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Okay, no, but it sank. It's partly buried. Okay, width of the beach. Width of the beach.
Smaller.
It's smaller because what happened?
Sand fell. It
Took
eroded.
the sand with it.
Okay, I'm starting on the edge of the water. Stopping here. It is, let me see. The edge. It is 3.5 inches in your first box. Go to your first box. 3.5 inches of beach after 30 seconds of waves. Okay, let's look at the top. It looks very different. It looks very different. Look.
It looks dry, but a lot of wet. It looks dry on the top, but it's like wet on the bottom.
Okay, the float washed away. The swimmers out in the water. The car is partly buried. Look what happened here. All of that washed away. Where did it go?
It went in the water.
To touch it.
In the water or
Under the water.
under the water?
settled.
It settled to the bottom. Remember, sediment settles. It settled to the bottom. Okay, y'all gotta go because people can't see.
I want to touch it.
Okay. Let's talk, listen, let's talk about the questions. Again, do not write as fast as we're talking because I want you to just think about it first. Okay, what part of the beach was changed first?
The sand.
The sand. Why?
Because
What happened?
Because when the water hits the sand, it carries it back.
Okay, the water got the sand and carried it back. What's the science word for that? Erosion. Okay, number 2 on the other side.
Did we do that one?
Yeah, that was the view. Oh, no. A view from the side. You're right, Sophia. View from the side. Look at the slope now. How long the slope is. View from the side. Look how long the slope is now and how much sand is under the water. Okay, hold on. Now let's talk about number 2. What do you think would happen if you kept making waves for another 30 seconds? It would all erode away, maybe. And 3, how do the size of waves affect the erosion? If it was little tiny waves, if I just barely did tiny waves, how would that differ from great big waves?
Oh, there would be less around.
There would be less erosion with smaller waves. Okay, and part 2 we are not going to do. So you can turn that off now. We're through. I'll tell